Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of my Sims 4 Covenant Legacy Challenge. My name is Ronald the Simmer and this is episode 24, I'm pretty sure. We are here with we are at the Empire of Hollow currently. Look at little Rio running outside of the chateau here. And we are staying in a vacation lot right now in Forgotten Hollow. And one of King Vlad's, this is where the castle is, but one of his estates, his homes is, you know, many kings and many queens probably would have, lots of homes. So this is like one of his offshoot homes, and it's called Lee Chateau Strad. So we are currently here with Princess Elodie because of course she has traveled from home. um she's traveled from home to Hollow to basically spend some time with her betrothed, and this is to make up for basically Sunday of, because we spent Sunday having Princess Celestia's birthday. So this episode we are kind of making up to meet with one of the kings, but we are in truth spending time with Prince Victor, which is going to be the future husband of Princess Elodie here. So Elodie was sent by her mother to this country with Lady Reagan, which is one of the diplomats. So Lady Reagan is basically overseeing the princess while they are here, and she has brought with her two of her Queen's Guard, so Mara and Charlie, her best Queen's Guard, because she wants to make sure that her daughter is protected. She wants to make sure that Elodie is protected. So she's brought Charlie and Mara here, and we also have Marcella and Isabel here. And Isabel has gotten a makeover, guys. I will show you when she does get up, but right now she is currently eating. Hannah, surprisingly, I was not expecting a butler to be here, but she is here, and she's currently cooking for us in the castle in this home that is of straw. So I was originally going to have them go over tonight, but I'm thinking about having them stay behind tonight because we are here for 1 day. So tomorrow should be the last day we are in the Kingdom of Hollow. And we'll just spend time over there tomorrow and go meet up with Prince Victor and King Strahd. I just want to spend some time here and talk about what happened in the mini movie, guys. So as we all know, in the mini movie, you saw Princess Elodie as well as
Lisa!
are they hungry too? Oh, looks like she's gonna have to cook for a few people here. What's going on? She's going to use the restroom, but yeah, as you all saw,
Zenze
oh, and
Quinarb.
I don't know if I showed you guys, but yeah, a little Rhea is here. So, Princess Elodie made sure she took her familiar with her because she was not leaving her behind. But yeah. So in the mini movie, Princess Elodie was spending time with her ladies in waiting. She was spending time with Isabel. And you know, it was crazy. I just realized that Reagan is here with her daughter, so she'll be able to spend time with her daughter, and she does have a very high relationship with her. She'll be able to spend time with her daughter Isabel, which is kind of cool. So that's very interesting. How Reagan's daughter is the lady in waiting to the crown princess. Um, but she was spending time with her ladies in waiting, Isabel and you know, Marcella, and Princess Elodie was cross stitching,
Vin Kaplu
um,
Fremek. Boobies.
and stuff like that, and they heard a knock at the door, and of course, outside of the door
Tenny
was
Bobby.
Lady Giselle, the Lady Knight of the Kingdom. Hopefully, this is enough food for everybody. Four servings. That's not enough to feed. Let me see. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, it's not gonna be enough. I wonder if I can make her cook again. Does not look like it. So if in that case, I'm gonna probably get Lady Reagan because she does have a cooking skill to cook something else for somebody. So let's see. Um, let's do some beef Wellington. We can do a family size of that. Um, let's go ahead and get um Isabel over here to eat as well. We want the ladies to eat first before we let our knights eat. What is this? She wants to chat with Thomas, her brother. I wonder if we can invite him over. You know, I won't do that. I might. Yeah, but Thomas has aged up, guys. I keep getting sidetracked. He has aged up. This is how he looks. He's not as attractive in my opinion as Prince Orin or Lamont, but he's still a pretty handsome sim. But he has aged up into a teenager, and next who's going to be aging up into a teenager will be Lady Giselle's son. So you know the princess came to the door, of course, um, where I'll just get Mara to eat. The princess came to the door, of course,
Dorm.
where Lady
Kiba.
Giselle was, and she was awaiting for the princess there. And
Storm BC.
Lady Elodie answered the door, and
Rinka Flanopa.
Lady Giselle, you
Iguna.
know, she came in with,
Oh, Pimpini.
I would say, you know, happiness to see the princess. But she wanted to talk to Elodie in private. And you know, and she didn't want Isabel nor Marcella to hear what was being discussed between her and Elodie. And you know, when she did leave, and you know, when Elodie told her ladies to go, they started to talk. And Princess, not Princess, Lady Giselle, our Lady Knight. she made it very apparent on how she felt about the situation between her and Victor. And, everybody knew at the time that Elodie was getting prepared to leave the castle to essentially come to Hollow and, leaving her carriages, of course. And um, though you don't have to worry about cleaning up,
Samsidi
princess. You are
Kinniku.
going to go to bed.
Warspa.
Take you
Navara.
a good bath and go to bed.
And
Oh,
Fun.
we should have probably. Ria's probably going to be very hungry, and I can't even edit the lot. I tried to do that off screen because I didn't realize that like they have stuff still here that I didn't fix. That's a little annoying. But anyway, back to the storyline here. Giselle basically was trying to explain to Elodie like that she was very concerned about her coming to Hollow. Like she did not trust it. She didn't want her to come here, and Elodie tried to reassure um her aunt basically because I feel like how Deianira considers Audra to be her aunt, Princess Elodie considers Giselle to be her aunt, and she basically said, you know, aunt, I am going to be protected. I'm gonna have two of my mother's best queens guard. I'm gonna have my ladies in waiting, and I'm of course have Lady Reagan by my side to help out with these things. Let's go ahead and get you to grab a serving of beef Wellington. How did you get food? Oh my god, and Marcella never came to get her food, so let's just go ahead and get her to grab a serving. She was over here playing with the pipe organ. Um, but yeah, Princess Elodie was, trying to explain to, she was trying to basically explain to Lady, Giselle that she would be protected. Like, she'll have her ladies in waiting, she'll have Lady Reagan and two of the Queen's best Queens Guard here to protect the princess. Um, but Lady Giselle was not trying to hear any of that. She disliked the fact that the queen even arranged this as a possibility for Princess Elodie. Like it was something that she despised and she did not like. Hold on, guys, I'm gonna cut right back. I need to figure out how the sleeping arrangements will go, so I'll be right back. So let me pause right quick. Okay, so we're back. I decided how the sleeping arrangements will go. I mean Lady Isabel and High Lady Reagan will sleep in here together because they're mother and daughter. I didn't realize basically how little. I'm gonna probably have to edit this lot again off camera whenever they leave. The Queen's Guard will sleep in here, and Marcella will have her own room in here, and the princess is going to sleep at the very top. The biggest room in the castle. So she's gonna sleep up here, and that's how everything will go. So yeah, basically, LD was trying to explain to Giselle, how she felt about the situation and how, she shouldn't do this and all this other stuff. And, she was not trying to hear what the princess had to say, basically. And, uh, you know, Princess Elodie felt like Giselle was worrying for nothing. Uh, and, Giselle was like, "This is an abomination. It goes against, the goddess. The goddess will look down upon us if, you know, if you marry this man or you go through with this and stuff like that." Like Giselle is, I feel like she's becoming very religious in this aspect. But I honestly, okay, I feel like yes, Giselle is religious because like she's always reiterating how this is an abomination. Like she does not agree with the fact that the princess should marry um a vampire because this is not pure. It's just not something that should happen in her eyes. Who's this? Oh, that's Hannah. Um, but yeah, she is very much like not happy about this. But I also feel like the reason why she's so against it is because it goes against her own political wants, and she does not want the. What is this? I'm gonna make you sleepy, so let's get you back in the bed. What about Okay, so she's already sleeping. But yeah, it goes against her political wants in a sense, and she does not like that it goes against what she really wants, and that is because she wants her own son to basically be married to the queen. Because in Giselle's eyes, if Ellie's going to marry anybody, it should be to her son, not to some not to some foreigner. You know, we've already covered that, but that's just how she really feels. And she even said in the dialogue, "You should have married somebody of pure blood, of which stock, like Luca." And Elodie replied with, um, "I shouldn't be marrying anybody because I'm the future queen of this realm, but I am forced to out of protection for this, queendom essentially." In so many words, is what she was saying. Um, which was, it's very sad. Because I feel like Elodie she does not want to marry anybody because she was raised to believe in her studies that she would have concubines, that she would be the future queen of the realm. So marriage to her is something that is seen as it's not seen something that she is excited about. She is going to perform her duty. I feel like Elodie has accepted the fact that she's going to marry somebody. She does not want to, but she's accepted it, and she's going to make the best of the situation because I feel as if she knows that her queendom is not as strong. They're witches, they have power, but at the end of the day, just because they have magic doesn't mean that they're going to withstand against other empires and other kingdoms and stuff like that. It's just not realistic to think that way. And so she understands her duty, and you know essentially Giselle was blaming everything on Lady Audra, like saying that if it wasn't, in so many words, she was saying basically if it wasn't for Lady Audra, the queen wouldn't have gone through with this. It is an abomination against the goddess, against her saints, stuff like that. Essentially, putting the blame on Audra because she feels as if it wasn't for Audra, the queen wouldn't have been stirred in this direction. But we all know that Audra also disagreed with this decision. But of course, Giselle has this. She just has this dislike of Audra, and even Elodie was like, "What does Lady Audra have to do with this?" And Lady Giselle replied with everything because you know she's the Lady Hen, and of course the Lady Hen is supposed to counsel the queen in the right direction, and Giselle feels as if she's not doing that. So, you know, basically, the Princess Elodie replied with essentially, everything's gonna be fine. You know, she's doing what's best. Her mother is doing what's best for Sirius, and this marriage will be it's going to be a marriage of political necessity, essentially not love. And at the end of the conversation, Giselle replied with, "Let's hope that remains true." Essentially, so yeah, Lady Giselle is not too happy about this marriage, this future marriage, and she despises the fact that the queen is even going through with this. She feels like it is unsanitary, it is unorthodox, it is nasty, it is essentially Giselle is somewhat of a racist because she does not want the princess to marry a vampire. She feels like this is above her. The witches believe that they are demigods on Earth. Why should they marry a vampire? They come from a whole other planet where they were revered. And Giselle feels like they shouldn't have to stoop low in order to make alliances. If they were to make alliances, maybe in Giselle's eyes, the alliance should be diplomatic, not marital. But I feel like the only way they would have gotten an alliance with the vampires is through marriage because Vlad wanted to marry his son to Elodie, and that is exactly what has happened. He's going to get his wish in some form of fashion. So, apart from that, that is essentially what has happened in the mini movie. And I do feel as if Elodie, like, she does not hate Victor. I mean, she had a good time with him. I feel like I wouldn't say she had a good time with him, but she did not, she joked around with him at, their celebration of their betrothal, at the little party they celebrated for her betrothal. So she does not hate Victor. And I think that she even takes a liking to Victor secretly. Like, she doesn't want to admit it, but I do think that she likes Victor a little bit, and she could possibly see herself being married to him in a more than just a political way. But she would never admit that to her aunt Giselle because Giselle despises this, and she probably would not like the fact that Elodie is even considering. um a marriage in that form of fashion with some vampire. So I just wanted to get that explanation out the way before we truly started the episode of basically us going to Victor and spending time with King Vlad and his wife, as well as his eldest son, the heir. But with that being said, I am going to cut out here, guys, and I'll see you all when we do go to the castle and we spend time with the prince and his father. So yeah, I'll see you all then. Okay, guys, so we are back and we are currently with Princess Elodie, as we are at uh Strahd Castle. Um, we have here Queen Lilith of not she is of Vator by birth, but she has married a Strahd. And this is Queen Lilith. She still looks as young as she was a few years ago. Um, and currently, King Vlad is right here. Lady Reagan is talking to her daughter, Isabel, and Marcella is over here being a lonely, for some reason. And of course, we have our goddesses right over here, watching over our crown princess. So, let me go ahead and, put half walls down. But currently the princess is and look at little Rhea, she's right here. Currently the princess is let me turn back on headline effects. Turn them on. Yes, she is currently dancing and having a good time. I am gonna go ahead and have Reagan greet King Vlad because this is a diplomatic meeting. This meeting is very much about the future marriage between Princess Elodie and Prince Victor, wherever he may be. Where is Prince Victor? Did he not? Hold on. Do I have to teleport him? Because Prince Lucifer is not on a lot, but Prince Victor was. He just left school. Okay, I have to. I'm gonna go ahead teleport a sim, a world sim. Where's Prince Victor? That must be where Lucifer is. I gotta make him quit that. Let's see. Sim commands maintain sim. No. Um. Let's see. Where would this be at? MC Chiefs? Look, let me cut before it just runs on too long. Okay, maybe I don't think I can make him quit school because he's currently supposed to be in school. So he's just gonna have to. I'm gonna try to get him to stay here. Hopefully he does. But to try to make sure he does stay here, let's just get them to discuss their newly arranged marriage here. She's right now chatting with Marcella Crescent, who she is becoming closer with by the second here. And I did promise you guys that I would show you all Isabel's outfits because you all did not get to see that. So let me show you. So let me reset you right now, Isabel. That reset it, everybody. Oh my god. She is so pretty though. Like I don't know where she gets this nose from. Like she has a very tiny nose. Maybe she gets it from her mother. Yeah, that is her mother's nose. Yep, it's just very skinny for some reason. So that is her party and everyday wear. And of course, this is her party and everyday, her party and formal wear. This is her everyday and hot weather outfit. So this is what Isabel wears. Um, this is her athletic wear. It's very pretty. Let me get a wider view for you all to see. Um, then we have her sleepwear and her swimwear, of course. So this is what she wears when she sleeps and goes swimming. And of course, we have her winter wear. Nothing much to that, but let me go ahead and get her back inside of her party wear, of course. And this is how the party wear looks if you guys didn't like get a good look at it. But this is Princess Elodie's second lady in waiting. She was currently talking to her mother. I'm gonna have her come over here and talk to Princess Elodie because she does want to be friendly with her princess. So let's go ahead and hmm, let's see. Let's go ahead and get to know her. Oh, she's self-absorbed. Gloomy and self-absorbed. Oh yeah, I did say I was gonna change her trait. I did randomize it and she ended up getting self-absorbed. I just remember that. I'm gonna have um Marcella continue talking to the princess as well as give her props. And the princess is going to go ahead and he has body hair? You could have fooled me. Maybe he has it on his like body under the clothes. But let's go ahead and get you guys to discuss your newly arranged marriage here. So, oh, don't sit on the throne. Get up. This is not where you're supposed to be at, princess. Um, and okay, that that is not good. But Reagan right now is discussing. I feel like she's over here talking to the king and the queen of Hollow to discuss these marriage arrangements even further. I'm pretty sure they're discussing like details on how the marriage will work in the future. I'm getting tired of LOD sitting here. I'm gonna make sure that I add him to a group. Marcella, and maybe I should get you guys to come over here. Get up, get up. Let's get you all to come over here because I don't want you all to be so close to that throne. Please stop trying to go sit down. Oh my god. Here's what I'm about to do. Let's get the girls to come dance because I don't want you all to sit here and come sit on this throne. So, I'm gonna have them pressure to conform. Let's just tell him an engaging story. I feel like the princess, she is. I feel like she's having the she has the devil on her shoulder, the angel and the devil on her shoulders right now. She has look at her coming sit right back on this throne. She, I feel, is trying to understand where um Lady do push-ups. Please don't. Where Lady Giselle is coming from, and this is really aggravating. This is aggravating me to the fullest extent. Let's get you both to come. Oh yeah, and tomorrow's the Day of the Goddess, guys. I'm gonna have a special. I don't know, not maybe not a special episode for that. But we are gonna do something. I want to show you guys what I've done. And it's regarding a build. Um, but we are going to celebrate the Day of the Goddess. And in the future, guys. Okay, so I know I'm getting sidetracked. But in the future, in the beginning of the winter, I'm gonna have like a little celebration here where we can start trying to put the tree together because the winter is basically Christmas time, and for them it's called the Day of the Goddess. But I do like when we do celebrate this holiday, we will be like decorating a tree, and I have a tree in the place that we're gonna decorate it at, and I'm probably gonna put one inside the main castle as well. So we're gonna get into more details about that in the next episode. But I'm rambling too much. Um, I am. I'm gonna go ahead and get them to. Let's see. Let's just gossip. They could talk about what's going on in both of their kingdoms at the moment. Or an empire for him. Elodie is more so in a queendom. I feel like they this in this kingdom is a tier higher than it's a tier higher than the empire, the queendom of Sirius. And she's going right. Okay, so you know what? This is what I'm about to do. Let's get you all to come sit over here. They just continue to sit on his throne. I might have
Your
to move
boss
it in the
wants you
future or
here.
something. But
Crazy.
Rip.
this
Lots
is
of
so unequal
business.
because it's
Is that
supposed
the
to be
chief
Elodie sitting on
Parsippany?
the bigger throne, not
No,
not
Lady Val.
you,
And Phoebe
Victor.
Kinniku
But
Swarspa.
yeah, I feel like she has the devil and the angels on her shoulders right now because
Possibly
she's listening to the reasons of her mother. Like,
Crazy.
I feel like Queen,
What, Genie Bravo?
you know, oh, what is this? Whoa, wait, that is irresistible. Elodie has a major crush. Oh my god, guys. Yeah, okay, so this is so cute. I did not know this was a thing. Oh my god. You know what? So this is confirming what I've been feeling for a while. And what I've been thinking. So, I feel like LOD has been trying to resist Victor. And she does not want to be married to a man realistically. Like she feels like it is above her. But I feel like she is warming into the idea of one day marrying a man, well, marrying him in particular, not just marrying a man, because I don't think that LOD, she does not truly want to marry a man. She's just being forced inside this marriage for the political means. But I think that Victor is growing on her, and she has a devil in her. She has a devil on her shoulder and an angel on the other, and she's listening to the words of her aunt Giselle, and Giselle's telling her not to fall in love with this demon spawn, and that the vampires not to be trusted. They are impure. We are goddesses. They are lower men. Um, they think that men are above women. Like I feel like this is the ideals that Giselle is preaching to Elodie, and she's trying to sway her against the Strahds, against Victor. And then her mother is on the other end, um, telling her to make reason with the Strahds, to strengthen this alliance. Because I'm pretty sure before Elodie left the palace, before she left the castle, the capital, she was told to make sure that she was on her best behavior because this is an alliance that they're creating. They're trying to get the vampires on their side. This is Vlad's idea, of course, and Queen Orlin is trying to make through with this promise. With the help of the vampires, their queendom could be protected, and if any war was to happen, the kingdom of Strahd will help the kingdom of Sirius. Um, But I feel like she is listening to her mother and she's listening to Giselle, but I feel like she's hearing Giselle's words of not to fall in love with this man. And she is slowly but surely getting very smitten with Prince Victor. Like I feel like she cannot help it. Um, he's very different from the boys she's grown up around. Um, the silver-haired boy with purple and pink eyes. This boy, he seems very different. He has black hair, red eyes, and on top of his eyes being red, the surrounding parts of his eyes are black. So he's very different, and I feel like she's attracted to it. Like I wouldn't say a, I wouldn't. I feel like she does prefer her people over him, but I feel like she's attracted to this sense of he's not like her, and so it's very hypnotizing for her. And the fact that, oh, my timer just went off. I'm gonna let the game go on a little bit longer. Yeah, we could play for another 10 minutes or so. But I just feel like she is very much just like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like Elodie is she's becoming okay with the idea of being with Victor, and him being her consort. Now he's gonna have to get used to her customs. And her birthday is coming up very soon, guys. So she is going to be getting married pretty soon. And we're gonna have another meeting before the wedding does happen. So we're gonna come back, or maybe he might come to the Queendom of Sirius, or we might come back to Hollow. We might have two meetings before the wedding does happen. Um, But yeah, she is trying to make do with the situation, and I feel like she probably will be very much in fear of what her aunt Giselle might think because I feel like she very much so looks up to Giselle, and she's a very powerful lady. She's the Lady Knight of the Realm. She has a lot of power, um, and she's very much high in prestige. I'm just gonna pretend like the king and the queen of Howell is allowing them to sit here for this special occasion of the betrothal. Um, but yeah, like it's just very interesting, and I love this. I love this little thing, and I feel like, you know what? Because of this, I feel like she is gonna go ahead and flirt with him because we just found out that she has a crush on him. So why not go ahead and see what might happen between them? Okay, he's receptive to it. I kind of want there to be a romance bar because I feel like there is this like un like I feel like there's just this tension between the two of them um that she probably would not want Giselle to know about. Um and she probably wouldn't want anybody else to know about it either because I don't think she wants people to know that she's kind of into the idea of marrying this foreigner. Um but Elodie is very what is this? Ex Prince Victor on a date. So she definitely likes him. I'm gonna get her to blow a kiss. She has a crush, guys. um, and it's gonna be very interesting to when she does eventually become the princess of Moonstone. When she is granted land, and becomes the princess of Moonstone, it's gonna be very interesting. And given her own concubines, because I'm very curious to see how the dynamic will work in her harem. Because she's gonna have a husband, but she's also going to have a harem. So, I don't know if he's gonna have his own bedroom or if he's gonna sleep within the harem. We're gonna have to see. But I feel like he will be a part of the household, the main house. So he wouldn't sleep in the harem because he would have higher standing than a concubine. He's a prince consort, or from what King Vlad thinks, a king consort. But we're gonna get into those details when Elodie becomes queen. She's gonna make those decisions. Um, but I do feel like Vlad is encouraging his son to basically get closer to Princess Elodie. This is all a part of what he wants. He wants, I feel like he's trying to manipulate his son into getting close to Princess Elodie so that he can control the future Queen of Sirius in some ways. But those are going to be stories for the future, I guess. Because we're not going to know until then. And Vlad is immortal, so he's going to be around for a very long time, unless something tragically happens to him, or something along those lines. But yeah, the princess has a crush, guys, and um, I don't think she's gonna tell anybody about this. That she kind of has like that there's a secret tension between her and Victor. That she likes him. I don't think that Victor would kind of hide this because I mean he's in a kingdom where these things would not be hidden. Like, okay, I'm courting a woman that I like. And I'm betrothed to. Of course, I'm gonna be happy about this if I like her. But Elodie is not in her character to get betrothed to a man because the natural state of witches in their culture is that royal family members do not marry. Um, royal family members do not marry men, and if they do marry men, it's one of their concubines that they have chosen, and they have many concubines. They're not committed to one man. This is not something that is a thing amongst the witches. So I feel like it's very interesting that Elodie is going to be in a arranged marriage here, and that she somewhat likes her arranged marriage partner. It's very interesting. Um, it's gonna be interesting in the next generation, guys, definitely, and I'm very excited to see how everything will go. Um, but yeah, I think you know what, guys, I'm gonna cut here. Um, hmm, I'm gonna cut here, and I'm gonna meet you all back at the castle. We are going to. I think I'm gonna end the episode off at the castle, And by the next episode, guys, we are going to be celebrating the Day of the Goddess. So I'll see you all then. Okay, guys, so we are back. And following um Princess Elodie's departure from the Kingdom of Hollow after meeting with her betrothed, her mother has called her to her chambers um to Queen Orland's chambers to ask her daughter how the meeting went, and she's currently cross stitching. I do want to start getting her cross stitching skills up, so because I think it's a cool skill to have in a medieval period or a medieval-esque period. Because this is not fully medieval. I'm just kind of inspired from a medieval history point of view, but I feel like it'll be cool for them to have like a cross stitching skill. So I'm gonna try to get their skills up in that. And this is the queen's first time cross stitching. Um, so yeah, she's called her up here. Um, and I feel like Princess Elodie is going to tell her mother that the meeting went well, and in
Ow.
so many ways, tell her that she is becoming more susceptible to the idea of one day marrying Prince
Hakyoing
Victor,
Limla?
for the good of their realm and stuff like that. Queen Orlin has enjoyed spending time with her family recently. It's become very important for her to bond with her family, embrace the change, family oriented. Now, will she become family oriented? In the past, Queen Orlin has not been the most loving parent, guys. I, I'm I'm just gonna be real. I think she loves her children. Like I've always said this. Like I do think that she loves her children, but she is a little distant from them. And she passed them off to another high lady when they were children. She didn't really take care of her babies. And she only had them. She would see them on occasion when they were babies, but when she would only have them truly when they were children. So I do feel like there's this distance between her and her children. That's why she doesn't have like a fully good relationship with them. Um, so I'm gonna say no to this because I don't feel like Queen Orlin is. I feel like she loves her family. I feel like she loves her children. I feel like she loves all of her kids, even the ones that she was upset with having. But she is not the most family oriented person, I don't think. She's more of a queen than a mother, I feel. But I feel like she's gonna be a mother in this moment, guys, because Elodie is telling her daughter, well, Elodie is telling her mother about her meeting with the prince and how she is more
Shimaya.
acceptable to the idea of marrying him
Enzanu
for the good of their
Cranny.
queendom, and him one day becoming her husband, in that sense. And I think she's going to tell him, um, that she's discussing the newly arranged marriage, but she's also gonna confess to the daydream about her. She's gonna confess daydream about her crush. So she's gonna tell her mother actively that she likes Victor and she believes that he can be a great addition to this queendom. Now she's gonna keep this amongst herself, and I don't know. I feel like Eloise is gonna tell her mother this, and she's going to hope that her mother um will keep this to herself, because she's telling her mother this in confidence, I feel, because this is her mom. um but she's not going to tell Lady Giselle this because Lady Giselle, of course, as we all know, does not want the princess to marry Victor, and she does not even, if the princess will marry Victor, she doesn't want her to fall in love with him and get swirled up into his antics, is what she believes. But Eloise confessing to her mother that, she
Woo.
does quite like Victor.
Saquinario?
And guys, she even has a
Chima
want for him.
Alabar.
She wants to chat with
Yarin
Crush from having a
Kiba.
crush. It's scary,
Kochada.
yes, but Elodie is dying to talk to her crush.
Naya
So she
Viria.
wants to talk
Zambin
to
Muchi Pichi? Oh, and
Victor.
yeah.
She sees him as a great addition to their
Wavu
queendom,
Ruskan
could be a
Lakema?
great addition to their
Muchi
queendom,
Pichi?
and she wants to marry him. And I feel like he definitely made an impression on her when she visited the kingdom of Holland. And I feel like her mother is very happy hearing this news. Um, because I mean, of course, the queen, as we all know, was not very excited about this marriage at first. She was very much disregarding it, not saying, like I would never marry my daughter off. If she marries her on her own, that's her own thing. But the queen must have concubines, not a husband. Um, that's the mindset I think that Orlin was thinking. But after having much talk and realizing that, the Witchers are on their own and they are still a fairly new kingdom, she knows that she needs help outside of Sirius. And um I think that she's happy for her daughter, knowing that she will have a protected spouse. I mean, she will have a husband that will help protect this kingdom, but also a husband that she can have fondness with.
Elijah, what's your
As
fact?
she has
Exhale.
fondness with her own concubines.
The sabe
Even,
yawning
more so with Matthias
Salute.
currently. And something I do
Gafa.
want to discuss, guys. So I did, of course, make Princess Celestia's bedroom. So this is how it looks, guys. Very much in with the blacks. I love the way it turns out. It's very pretty. She's currently playing chess in her room. I got her to come up here so that it would be lit up for you all. But she's very much playing chess in here. But something did happen off screen, and I feel like it does like let me come over here to her family. So off camera, guys, I don't know what happened between her and Artemis, but Artemis, as we all know, she's going through a mean streak right now. I got the notification like last episode that she's going through a mean streak. So she's kind of having this mean aura going on right now. Uh, and she's kind of being mean to everybody. She's currently practicing on the piano right now, but she was just being extra mean to Celestia last episode off camera, and she was just kind of talking down on her is what I was seeing. Um, and they developed in that moment. They developed the difficult family dynamic. I wonder what's the family dynamic between her and Celestia. Okay, they don't really have a family dynamic as of yet. Her and Elodie, but I really feel like this plays a tie into when Celestia was first born. It was more so Elodie who had a problem with it. She did not like the fact that her mother had another daughter after so many years. Um, I feel like Elodie felt like her mother should have stopped after she had Princess Dionira or Prince Orin. Yeah, it would. Prince Orin is because she had three daughters in a row. I feel like she felt like I feel like she felt as if her mother should have stopped after Prince Orin, and to know that her mother hadn't got pregnant again, I feel like she was worried as a kid, and then she had a daughter, and then the attention was swept away from the crown princess as well as from Artemis. I don't think Artemis felt it as much as a kid, but I feel like she's feeling it now. With what in the world? She's feeling it. She's feeling it now with the rise of Matthias. Um, I feel like she's being a little indifferent to her sister Celestia because Her father is um her father is no longer the favorite of Queen Orlin. He is just one of the concubines of the queen. Yes, she has feelings for Soren, but right now, the person that is the apple of the queen's eye right now is not Prince Matthias, concubine Matthias. And I feel like Artemis kind of hates that and I feel like in some way, she hopes or probably would have liked the fact that her mother and Soren were more closer and even probably would have married. And she hates that, right now the father that is the favorite is the youngest daughter, somebody who would never ascend the throne, who's not even somewhat close to the throne in terms of the line of succession when it comes to the sisters. So she's fourth in line and her father is the favorite you know? So I don't really think that I feel like Celestia is very hurt by this because she's just a kid. She just aged up into a child. She just got this beautiful bedroom made at the command of her mother. She's just being spoiled right now because she's the youngest princess. And I feel like the queen is kind of making up for the loss of her other children, that she didn't raise. so she's kind of spoiling Celestia right now, by letting her sleep in her bed and stuff like that. Um, and she has been having wants for Celestia too off screen. So I feel like Artemis is feeling the jealousy. LOD, she's always felt the jealousy, but I don't think she has reacted to it. She's just as the crown princess, she's the future queen. She's doing what queens do. She's lifting her chin up and she's minding her business and she's doing what she should do, what she should be doing, which is preparing herself to become future queen. She's not worried about her petty infighting with her sister, but she does love Celestia, I feel, but she's a little different from Celestia, as you can see from the relationships with her other family members. She's a little distant from her. She's very close with Artemis and Deianira, somewhat close with her brother Oren, and Amir and her are in the same boat because she doesn't really see Amir as often, and he's just he's her younger brother, so Amir's kind of not even in
Ivara,
discussion in these type
Dubnitala,
of conversations.
Watchinini
But
Fenike,
I
Belidi.
feel as if I feel like LB still holds that kind of
Ulak Shusha.
jealousy that her mother showed when
Yuckle.
Celestia was first born. Like in the story,
Huh.
the queen was very excited when
Arsaga
Celestia was
Prabe?
born. New princess born after a long time,
Ah.
and Elodie, I think still feels that hurt
Lovely.
that she did feel when she was a child, but she she doesn't let it consume her as Artemis is letting it consume her, being mean to her own sister Celestia. But I did just want to touch upon that because I just found it interesting and I just wanted to give a little bit more in deeper with Artemis's character. And it makes sense because she's an overachiever, so she's trying to make sure that her status is up to the top, up notch. She is next in line after her sister. She must make sure she looks perfect, and what's making her not look perfect is her father not being a favorite. That is just what the bottom line is. But Elodie is over the hills right now because she has a crush, guys, and the queen is hearing this, and I feel like she's happy for her daughter. But I feel like she would also tell her daughter to be mindful that Victor comes from a land in which men hold supremacy, so he might have very
Fossivale
male pointed
Valpin.
views, unlike the men
Lottie.
here born and
Instant
bred in
now. You
Sirius.
know us?
So she's trying to educate her daughter on this a little
Wabish.
bit, like,
Scuba.
it's nice that you like
Witsub.
Victor, my love, and I'm happy that this kingdom will
Shibi.
have a hopefully a loving marriage within it in the future, but you also must be
Apollo
mindful
Chaba,
that,
Crow.
you know, a man's head can be too big. The men here in Sirius are very humble, but that is because of their upbringings and because it is aware of our cultures. They have a very different culture from us, where men are much superior and the women are always covering up their heads with with you know the way the women dressed in foreign kingdoms. They don't wear beautiful luxurious crowns like these women do. They wear hoods and gables. So covering up their hair and stuff like that. So she's trying to remind her daughter that Victor is a man from a different country in different cultural ways. Be mindful of liking him. But um I am gonna leave it off here, guys, because this is probably like one of my longest episodes in the last few weeks.
Hmm.
So I am gonna leave
Oh.
it off here, guys. I did have a lot of fun with them today, and I had a lot of fun explaining the emotions of the characters that are going on right now. But I must end it off here. My name is Ronda the Simmer, guys, and me and Queen Orlin will see you all next episode. Bye bye.